Ladies and gentlemen, I have figured out Corporate Clash's 1.3 update, and I will not be taking any questions. When it comes to 1.3, I think the entire community is tied between whether or not this will be a BoardBot update with BoardBot HQ and chairman stuff, or if it will be an overclock CEO or BossBot revamp. BoardBot or BossBot? If you're in some third camp where you think it's neither of those two things, you're just 100% wrong. I'm sorry to break it to you. And I have to say, the Clash team has done a great job of making me bounce back and forth between BoardBot and BossBot, giving us little bits and pieces of information that support either one side or both sides, or it just keeps us up on the fence. But they have finally given me just enough information to finally say, without a doubt, that BossBot will be the focus of 1.3. Let me tell you why. I'm not going to rehash what I've already said in this video, so go watch this if you need to catch up on anything, because I already stated quite a few points there. But once again, just like in that video, the basis of my conclusion is based on music. And since my last prediction video, Corporate Clash has released a ton of new music, specifically the COO radio themes, as well as the brand new building music they've incorporated in their cog buildings. And it's these two things together that have given me the puzzle pieces I need to definitively say that they are working on BossBot, not BoardBot. Before I get into things, I'd like to define two specific musical terms that can help us here. The first of which is motif. A motif is a simple melody that is commonly associated when you see a character, place, setting, or theme within a piece of media that will commonly come up once again. And sometimes you'll have a motif that will span across an entire game, but generally, motifs are associated with characters or settings. Motifs don't have anything to do with instruments, it's all about the melody. So for example, one that is commonly associated with the cogs is just this. Da, 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 da. I don't need any instrument with that, because no matter what instrument I throw at that, it's the same motif. It's the cog's main motif, regardless of what instruments are being used to compose it. The other term I'd like to define is sound font. A sound font is the collection of instruments that are commonly associated with a character or whatnot, a setting. And that is very specific to the instruments, not the melody. So it's almost like the opposite end of a motif. It defines what instruments are commonly used. What Corporate Clash has done is that they've used a combination of motifs, the melodies, and sound fonts, the instruments, to make those melodies, to create this very recognizable vibe that every cog department has. The 5 cog departments found within the game all have their own sort of musical character that is very distinguishable from the rest. They all are very easily set into their own categories. It's gotten to the point where the community has become so well accustomed to these sound fonts over the years that I could just play a single chord on a single instrument and you would very likely know exactly what cog department that instrument goes with. So because of these associations, Clash does a very good job of making sure that all the new songs they make fall in line with these very particular sound fonts that they, and also TTO, has set up for us to come to expect. And up until very recently, nobody had any idea what sound font or what instruments would be associated with the BoardBots until very recently, when they finally have given us the music update for their building music, where the BoardBot buildings now have their own themes that have finally given us a first glimpse into what BoardBot music sounds like. And with that in mind, let's take a look at those COO radio themes. The April Tune COO is a common way for Corporate Clash to tease upcoming updates and releases by putting distorted versions of the music on the radio in that boss battle. Clash commonly uses these distorted themes to tease upcoming updates, so that's why these are essential to analyze for 1.3. And I don't know if you've noticed this or not, but the brand new radio themes don't sound anything like the BoardBot music that we've recently gotten to hear. If you listen to the BoardBot building themes, you'll notice that there's a lot of deep percussion, resonating percussion, that is anywhere on the radio themes. And what you'll also notice is that within the BoardBot music that there is an absence of harpsichord, which is the instrument that is so undeniably BossBot. But you know what is chocked to the brim with harpsichord? Pretty much all of the new radio themes. I mean, just listen to this one. Actually, hold on, wait. Computer, enhance. Yeah, impressive, right? Shout out to Twitch streamer Yonk for recreating this very impressive and true to style recreation of Radio 19. And in my opinion, this theme that you're hearing right now sounds to me like the overclocked CEO opening cutscene. I mean, it has the harpsichord, and if I pair it with footage of an existing cutscene, you cannot deny that it fits the vibe exceptionally well. But wait, you may say, there is still one weird elephant in the room that might give someone the indication that it is going to be BoardBot next. And it's this indication that we have already gotten BoardBot music, known as the Director of Public Affairs opening cutscene music. Some people say that because the Director of Public Affairs focuses on BoardBot, the chairman's there, and because it's the final boss of Dreamland, which also is a focus of BoardBot, that music is indicative of BoardBot music, and that was the first bit of BoardBot music that we got. And this is important to consider now because the very recently released Radio 19 theme song sounds very shockingly similar to the opening cutscene of the Director of Public Affairs. Here's the two of them side by side. Sorry if I'm starting to sound like a broken record, but do you hear any of that deep percussion that's associated with BoardBot? Or do you instead hear a sound font that consists of, wait a minute, harpsichord, which is always associated with the boss bots? Also, not to mention, the Dopa boss fight takes place in BossBot HQ. I know that maybe it would have taken place in BoardBot HQ if they had it, but it takes place in BossBot HQ. The CEO is there, so yeah, big shocker that it sounds like BossBot music. And there you have it. None of the radio themes from the COO sound like the BoardBot music that is confirmed to be BoardBot. Instead, it all sounds like BossBot. The proof is in the pudding right there. So unless the Clash team is playing some 4D chess, where for some reason they're showing us music that is years down the line that they're going to use after they revamp BoardBots, and have not shown us any of the new BoardBot music they're going to use in that update, then I can say for certain we are definitely going to be getting BossBot content for 1.3. I rest my case.